You recite one surah 17 times every day, nearly 6,000 times a year, hundreds of thousands of times in a lifetime. But do you actually know what you are reading?
Every morning, the world wakes up at its deliberate pace. But for most, daily routines kick in on autopilot, rushed, repetitive, without a second thought. For those who observe the Islamic daily prayers, a specific sequence of words is recited at least 17 times a day. Over an average lifetime, this adds up to more than 100,000 repetitions. This is one of the most widely performed, highly synchronized rituals on the planet. Yet the sheer scale of this repetition often masks the complex architecture of the words being spoken. The text is Surah Al-Fatihah, the opening chapter of the Quran. Within the Islamic tradition, it is the absolute centerpiece. A prayer performed without it is considered invalid. Its depth is hinted at in its ancient titles: Quran, the mother of the Quran, and Al-Kafiyah, the sufficient. Deciphering these 7 short verses reveals a precise two-way dialogue designed to be interactive rather than a one-way chant. Looking closely at the text reveals a specific structure. The chapter opens by establishing the Creator's identity. Verses 1 and 3 emphasize 2 distinct scales of mercy. Ar-Rahman is boundless, universal compassion, while Ar-Rahim is specific grace for the believer. Verse 2 introduces the Rabb al-Alamin, the Lord of the worlds. This establishes dominion over all physical universes and unseen realities, extending far beyond the human experience. Then verse 4 shifts the focus to accountability. Maliki Yawmiddin, the master of the day of judgment. This introduces the concept of absolute justice. This sequence pairs infinite mercy with the certainty of ultimate justice. The design intent is to create a specific internal balance between hope and awe. Linguistically, these 4 opening verses are written strictly in the third person. At this stage, the human is speaking about God. They function as a comprehensive introduction, ensuring the speaker acknowledges the magnitude of who they are addressing before making any personal requests. At verse 5, the grammar pivots. Iyaka nabudu wa iyaka nasta'in. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. The speaker moves from talking about God to addressing God directly. This shift creates a direct channel, removing any intermediaries. This specific line serves as the thematic and structural core of the entire prayer experience. With this direct connection established, the human makes a single request in verses 6 and 7. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. By asking for guidance rather than material gain, the text prioritizes navigational clarity as the most essential human need. The final lines define this path by what it is not, avoiding the route of those who earned anger or those who have lost their way. The internal logic is clear. The request for a life map in verses 6 and 7 only follows the acknowledgement of authority in verses 1 through 4 and the establishment of a direct link in verse 5. This 7-verse framework functions as a daily compass for millions, providing a recurring moment of recalibration. The chapter distills an entire worldview into 3 distinct pillars. First, to know the Creator through the dual lens of boundless mercy and absolute justice. Second, to establish a direct connection. And third, to actively seek navigational direction for daily life. This progression is designed to move the participant through a specific mental sequence, shifting the prayer from a standard recitation into an intentional, active conversation. While Al-Fatihah provides the summary, it is only the gateway to the vast expanse of Surah Al-Baqarah, the Quran's longest chapter. We'll explore that breakdown in the next video, so make sure to subscribe.